Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. Today I decided I was going to do a getting ready with me video, which is where I just take you guys step by step and literally get ready, and that way you guys can see exactly how my process goes while I am doing my makeup. So let's get started. I'm going to start off with the POREfessional primer, and I'm going to start by spreading that all over my face. And I'm just going to take it and blend outward, start in the center of my face and blend to my outer face. A little bit more. Alright, so that is done. Next, I am going to take my Tarte Eye Brightener treatment, and I am just going to take a little bit of that on my fingertip and take it and spread it to my under eyes. When you do your under eye treatments, you always want to look up because you can get closer to your lash line and it won't give you so many dark circles. So, alright, and that's done. Next, I am going to use my Kat Von D Lock-It Tattoo Foundation in shade Light 45. I just got this from Sephora, and I've tried it once so far, and I really liked it. So I thought that I would try it again today. And I'm just going to use my Beauty Blender to take that and put some all over my face. And then I'm just going to blend all of that out. I like using my Beauty Blender for my foundation because I feel like it really gives me an airbrush look, while my brushes tend to leave it more cakey looking sometimes. It all really does depend on the foundation. And I found with waterier foundations, like the Born This Way by Too Faced, it's easier to use a brush than a Beauty Blender, but the Kat Von D Lock-It foundation that we're using today is a little bit thicker, so it's easier to use with a Beauty Blender, and I just like the way that it makes my skin look. So we're just going to take that and blend it all out. Blend, blend, blend. I also like to, I always put my foundation on my lips because then it gives me a good solid foundation to use with my lip products. I'm just going to take a little bit more. I always put it on the back of my hand rather than just putting it right on the Beauty Blender, because it gives me more control of where my product goes. I always put an extra portion of foundation right here on my face because I like a little bit more extra coverage, and I can use my Beauty Blender to just blend outward and it gives me better coverage. You always want to make sure that with your Beauty Blender you use it damp because it helps not soak up so much product and you don't waste it as much, because makeup is expensive and you don't want to waste any. So we're just going to take that and blend it all out. And make sure you get up close to the hairline so you don't have any makeup lines. I'm just going to make sure we got it. Alright, and our foundation is done. I will now be taking my Benefit Air Patrol Concealer, and I'm just going to take that and place it under my eye in dots, and I always do one swipe on my eyelid, and I'm just going to do the same thing over here. And I then take it and I use a tapping motion to blend it out. If you're using a liquid concealer, it is better to put in dots underneath the under eye because it helps really blend it out and cover up those dark circles. And I'm not going to use the applicator to blend it out completely because I like to go through with a brush afterwards because I do love this product. However, using the applicator to blend is hard because you still get product that comes out, so it doesn't blend out as nicely as I would like it to. So then I'm going to take my, if I can find it, my BH Cosmetics brush, and I'm just going to take that, and again, using a tapping motion, we're going to tap the product in, and so we're just going to tap it in and blend. Alright, and now I'm going to take my Benefit Fake Up, which they say that this works best under the eyes, but I don't like the way that it cakes underneath, so I always use the Air Patrol. And I'm just going to inspect my face for any blemishes, and I'm just going to use that to cover any up, which I am breaking out, so we just gotta find any of our little red spots that we don't want to cover, and I will again take my brush I used for my under eye concealer, and I'm just going to take that and blend it all out into my foundation. Like so. And then I like to take my beauty blender with a little bit of foundation still on it and just tap that over. Just tap that over my concealer so that I can get it to match my foundation better. And next I will be taking my Maybelline Instant Age Rewind in shade Brightener, and I'm just going to couple clicks, and this is what I use to highlight, and I like to take it and put it in a triangle motion right underneath my eye and right here on my cheek. And we use like a triangle shape so you can see that. That's like the after product and before product. And I'm going to do the same thing over here. Alright, and then I'm going to take it. I'm just going to apply it to the bridge of my nose. And I'm going to take it and use a streaking motion to apply to my chin and forehead. Like so. And then I'm just going to apply a small amount to my Cupid's bow. And then I'm going to take a beauty blender, a different beauty blender than I use my foundation for, because my foundation is a different color than this. That's what I use to highlight. So I don't want my highlighter and my foundation to mix together on the same beauty blender because my highlighter will pop more if I use a different one. So I always use a separate beauty blender, and I just use a tapping motion to take that and blend it into my skin. And you always want to blend upward when using a highlighter because it helps give you a lifting look, so that way your highlighter looks nicer. Alright, so now that is all blended in. Okay, and next I am going to be taking my Urban Decay Eyeshadow Primer Potion, and I'm just going to apply a small dot of that to my fingertip. And tap that on, and then I'm just going to apply that all over my eyelid. This will help your your eyeshadow to not fall out as much. You won't get as much fallout, and it will really help it stay in place, and it will also help with your eyeliner and help that stay in place, so that way you won't get any smudging. Alright, next I will be doing my eyebrows. I always like to do my eyebrows and my eye makeup right after my foundation and before I set the rest of my makeup, because it gives my foundation time to settle, so that way we don't mess it up with powder. So I'm going to take this eyebrow brush and I'm just going to comb my eyebrows upward. Do the same thing over here, comb them upward. And then I'm going to take them and comb them and give myself the shape that I'm looking for. Alright. And next I will be taking my Pixi by Petra Eyebrow Trio. And I will also then be taking my BH Cosmetics eyebrow brush. And I am just going to take a little bit of the darkest shade because my eyebrows are much darker. And I'm going to start by filling them in and lining the bottom. I'm just using my fingertip to blend it into the brow more, so that way it doesn't just settle onto the skin. I'm making sure that my eyebrows are long enough, because you're always supposed to make sure that they are symmetrical with the end of your eye. And the way that I do that is just by taking my brush and making sure that it's long enough, which it is. And then I'm going to move to the top of my brow and just line that as well. This is just defining the shape more before we start to fill it in. And now we are going to start by filling it in. And we just take that, take the brush and use a short motion. The best way that I have heard someone describe it is, think that you're like taking and placing new hairs in your eyebrow, and that's the short motion that you want to use. I like the way they used to describe that. And then I take my brush and that's how I line and define the beginning of my eyebrow. So that is after, it's before. And then we're just going to do the same thing on the next one. That one's good. We don't need to make that one any longer either. And now we're going to fill them in. And there we go. Alright, and now I'm going to take my Ulta Eyebrow Clear Gel, and I'm going to take some of that and just brush it onto my eyebrows. This will help set the powder and keep all of my eyebrow hairs in place, so that way they stay where I want them to. And we're just going to do the same thing on the other side. Alright. Now I will be moving to my eyeshadow, and today I am going to use one of my favorite palettes. It is the Too Faced Love Palette. So we're going to use that today, and we're going to go for a type of a purple smoky look. So we're going to use mainly the shadows from in here. Okay, I'm first going to take this brush right here, and I'm going to use the lightest color, which is this one. It's a baby pink, and I'm just going to take some of that, and I am going to use that to put all over my lid, and we're going to put that the whole way up to almost our eyebrow. We're using this as our base shadow, so that way we have a nice clean base to put everything else on, so that it will really make our colors stand out. Alright. I'm just going to do the same thing on the other side. Your base shadow should always be a neutral or a really, really light color, so that way it's nothing that will take away from the rest of the shadows, and it's something that's very easy to blend other colors into. Alright. Next, I am going to take my crease brush, which is this one right here, and I'm going to take this brown color, and I'm going to use that for my crease, and I'm going to put that on using a windshield wiper motion. We're going to be using this as our transition color. Alright, and now I'm just going to take a regular blending brush, which is this one right here, and I'm going to take that and just use it to blend out the crease, so that way it's not such a harsh line. We're just going to blend that out. We're going to do the same thing on the other side, blend it out. Blending your eyeshadows is the most important part of doing your eye makeup. It's making sure that you don't have harsh lines and making sure that your colors all really blend together and it's not just like one color like put down everywhere. Alrighty. Now I am going to take this shadow brush and I'm going to take the pink right here in the middle, and I'm just going to place that all over my lid. Like so. Do the same thing on the other side. I really like this color. It has very good pigmentation, so it's a very good eyelid color. Alright. And now I will be taking this It Cosmetics brush right here. You can see it's kind of slanted. And I'm going to take that color right here, which is the darkest color. I'm going to take that and I am going to put it on the outer corner and the outer V in a V shape, like so. I'm going to do the same thing to the other side. I really like this color because it's a very, very dark purple, almost black, and it has just a slight shimmer to it. Really, really nice. I'm just going to put that on the outer corner as well. And we're going to take a blending brush again, and we're going to blend that out. So it's not such a harsh looking color. Do the same thing over here, just blend it out and into the crease. Like so. Next, I am just going to take this little brush and I'm going to take this color here, which is a shimmery purple. I'm going to take that and I'm just going to place it on my waterline and on my lower lash line. This is very important in creating a smoky eye. A lot of people don't like to do it, but I discovered I was one of those people. I never liked putting shadows on my lower lash line until I realized that that's what was missing when I was making my smoky eye. This is really what smokes it out. Alright, and then I'm going to take this shader brush here by Royal and Langnickel. I got this in one of my Ipsy bags, and it is one of my favorite brushes. I'm just going to take that and smudge out what we just put on our lower lash line, and this will help give us the smoky effect. If you need to, you can put a little bit, and I mean a little bit of the shade that you used to put on your lower lash line to smudge it out a little bit more and just give it a little bit more pigmentation, but only if you need to, because you don't want to make it too dark that it looks like raccoon eyes. Alright, and then I am going to take this eyeshadow brush right here, and I'm going to take that light color again that we used, and I'm going to place that on my inner crease right in here to give us a highlight. And I'm going to also blend it down a little bit into my lash line, which will really emphasize the dark meeting the light. Next, I'm going to again take this eyeshadow brush